Hey guys, it's been a while, but welcome to the Anime Podcast channel. My name is Benji, and today, I know I've been gone for a little while, but after the holiday hiatus, I'm back. And Oda delivered another God tier chapter, chapter 1037, Shiran Haki. I hope I'm saying that right, by the way. Now, before we begin, quick disclaimer. I know I didn't do a chapter review on chapter 1036, but I will be mentioning a couple events that happened in that chapter in this video. So technically it'll be a chapter 1036/1037 review. But nevertheless, here we are, baby. And this chapter is all about them hands, them paws, baby. Kaido versus Luffy, straight brawling, straight going crazy. But in all seriousness, the Kaido versus Luffy battle truly begins. And we're starting to get into those conclusive parts of when we both see Kaido and Luffy go absolutely all out. But without further ado, let's begin. So to start off, we continue with the cover story featuring Germa 66 and what has happened after the incident at Whole Cake Island. And we see Reiju, Judge, and we see Ichiji. Now, here's the thing that makes this very interesting. We don't see Yanji, and we don't see Niji. Now, both of these individuals were kind of essential to Sanji's escape following the later parts of the Whole Cake incident. Now, what I really want to see is what happens on their part. Are they, in critical condition? Have they passed away? Or what? Because I do want to see Sanji come full circle with his story with Germa. Just to make sure that he doubles down that, he ain't a failure to Judge, even though we already know that he isn't. Sanji the GOAT! Sanji the GOAT! But in all seriousness, this can be something that plays into Sanji's story a little bit later on in the series, so I do want to kind of see more unravel with this cover story. Now, to truly begin the chapter off, we actually cut back to the Flower Capital, and everything's kind of wrapping up with the festival that was going on. And people are starting to realize that despite this nice fun night of, joyous laughter and drinking and partying, that, soon they have to go back to the dreadful reality that Wano kind of, sucks with Orochi being the Shogun. And things are winding down, and we're actually getting some of the participants of the festival actually write down certain things that they wish that their ancestors see. Now, this is the thing that makes this so crazy. People have no idea that their fate is all entrusted into Luffy, somebody that they kind of don't even really know yet. People don't necessarily realize, but once the defeat of Kaido happens, their lives will drastically change. It'll change the very construct of Wano itself. And I'm very much looking forward to this, actually seeing that final scene of Wano actually opening up his borders. That's going to be a scene that we've been waiting for all the way since Punk Hazard, to be honest. Now, moving on between this hype battle between Luffy and Kaido, I do want to give a little bit of pretense before we actually get into the nitty gritty. So I'm going to give a little bit of context of what happened in the previous chapter, chapter 1036. So really quick, we actually do see Zoro actually pack up King, and Zoro proclaims himself as the King of Hell. Self-proclaimed, of course. I don't know if that's his new epithet, but who knows. We also see Big Mom versus Law and Kid. That battle is still going on, and to be honest, I don't necessarily know if Law and Kid are going to be able to defeat Big Mom, because Big Mom's looking extremely OP right now, so I don't know, we'll see. Momo is still working on preventing Onigashima from falling down on the Flower Capital by using his flame clouds, of course. Yamato is making her way towards the basement. You already know. I'm just kidding. Usopp actually had a pretty nice little moment describing to Kinemon as well as Kiku that they must live on. This must not be the death place for both of those individuals. He knows that well than any other character. And then you got this fight. Why are these niggas in the story? Why are they getting screen time, Oda? Come on, Oda. What are we doing, dog? Orochi is still simping over Hiyori. Oh, and also, Drake got bodied by the CP0 agent. Yeah. I feel so bad for all the Drake fans out there. Not that Drake, this Drake. Yeah. Got washed. And subsequently, Apu actually got away. But with all this being said, we ended off 1036 with both Kaido and Luffy enjoying their battle. And this is exactly what we pick up in chapter 1037. I really think Oda wanted to start off 2022 with a bang, but let's get into the chapter. And like I said before, it really seems like Luffy and Kaido are really like trying to get everything out of this battle. And I find it kind of odd that Kaido's kind of happy about this, especially with him not necessarily being a smiley character. But the fact of the matter is, I feel like he sees something in Luffy that he hasn't seen in any other opponent up to this date. And Kaido actually confirms that he's actually having fun with this battle. Now, quick side note, I want to go ahead and say this other disclaimer. Luffy is Yonko level. Stop it. Stop saying he's not. He is. Kaido even acknowledges that Luffy is an equal to him in this battle, in this chapter. So, I mean, you can't say he's not. So, it's whatever. But we start off from last chapter with Kaido actually offering Luffy a swig of alcohol. And it's kind of odd because I don't know how Kaido has alcohol on the roof, but I digress. Kaido was like, anything's possible. You feel me? You feel me? But anyways, it's more so I feel like Kaido offering his respects to Luffy in a way. Kaido explains that today is the festival, so that's why he's drinking. But the funny thing is, we soon realize that Kaido is smacked. And to be honest, he's really low on the alcohol tolerance. But Luffy doesn't necessarily find this amusing and it tries to attack Kaido. Now, Kaido at this point, like I said before, is smizzed, but he starts to use this new technique. The Shuron Haki, basically his drunken fist technique. If you guys watch Naruto or any of the Jackie Chan movies, that's what this is. Now this is where it gets crazy. Kaido actually dodges the attack from Luffy, and then Kaido launches an attack called the Laughing Drunk Ragnaroku. I think I said that right. And basically smashes Luffy into the roof of the Skull Dome. Now the thing that makes it so crazy, Kaido hits Luffy so hard that it makes a dent in the live floor of the roof of Onigashima. Now I don't necessarily know how thick the skull is on top of the roof, but I don't know. This attack looked crazy. Now the thing that makes this crazy is Luffy gets hit and you can tell he's adamantly in pain. But Luffy's durability is being shown more and more in Wano, and it's really coming to a grip that Luffy is somebody that you cannot walk away from. This guy is very persistent. And after this, we actually start entering the stages of the Shuron Haki. So this is the first sad stage. You basically have Kaido saying this: I'm enjoying this, but the castle and island are half destroyed. Talk about useless. Seems like I can't even protect one lousy castle. Now this is from Kaido. Luffy is bleeding from his forehead and is basically calling Kaido a bastard for hitting him. And then Luffy gets right back up. And like I said before, this plays right into Luffy being such a durable character. To be honest, has some of the best durability in the series. So I don't know, man. I really feel like at the beginning of Wano, Luffy was simply kind of coming to grips with his powers. Now, he's that guy. I mean, he's legitimately Yonko level right now. And honestly, if he took that shot at the beginning of Wano, I feel like Luffy would have died. So that's just my opinion. So at this point, Luffy actually charges Kaido, and Kaido uses some kind of defensive technique called the Dragon Demolition Twister. And then we enter the second stage of the Shuron Haki. And basically Kaido is in his crying phase. And in the sad stage, he was a dragon, but in his crying phase, he turned back into his hybrid self. Now this is where Luffy gets his revenge. This is when Kaido goes on the offensive. Luffy dodges and kicks this man Kaido right in the chin. You see Luffy and Kaido both getting back up and both heading right into a headbutt phase. Both of them using Conqueror's coding and just headbutting each other. The shit is super dope. And then there's an additional panel. Now I don't necessarily know if Luffy was talking here or Kaido was talking here, but basically it says his haki is getting stronger. I'm pretty sure that was in reference to Luffy because as we know from Luffy's training with Rayleigh, that the more that you kind of get engulfed in battle with somebody with strong haki, that develops your haki tenfold. So at this point in time, it's looking like Luffy is gaining more and more of a handle on his haki. And then after this, Kaido heads into his angry phase of the Shuron Haki. Why'd you have to sober me up, you brat? Proceeds to use a Boro Breath Blast right at Luffy. Now Luffy dodges this attack, but this is where we get into my favorite part of the chapter. We kind of have a JoJo's moment of both Luffy and Kaido both going class for class, blow for blow. And we see Kaido uses his Gundori Meteor Shower. And we see Luffy use his Rock Gatling Gun. And you just see these epic panels of both Luffy and Kaido taking blows from each other, landing blows on each other. And it ends with Luffy actually blocking one of the attacks that Kaido throws. Luffy inflates one of his legs and hits Kaido point blank in the gut. And we see this final panel of the white just going out of Kaido's eyes and Luffy looking like a badass. Now, the thing about this that's so crazy, but not only is Luffy in base form, but I really strongly believe that Kaido isn't even in his strongest form just yet. Once we kind of get to the conclusive parts of this battle, obviously I really feel like we're teetering on the edge of Luffy getting a new transformation. Now, as far as Kaido, I don't necessarily know what we can see from him, whether that could be an awakened devil fruit of his dragon fruit, or if he has something as far as Conqueror's Haki feats. But from what we know right now, this battle is shaping up to be honest, this might be a crazy take. This might be one of the greatest fights in One Piece. Honestly, so far in One Piece, this might be one of the greatest fights in One Piece. Not the greatest battles, but more so the greatest fights in One Piece. I can't even say Marineford obviously is up there. Obviously the Katakuri versus Luffy fight. But this fight itself is shaping up to be something that we edge in our minds as One Piece fans. But the chapter's not over. We still got some hype. Check me out. So now we cut back to Marijois, and we actually get a scene of the Gorosei. It's always nice seeing these old ass men. Now, if you guys do remember, the world government ships are on their way to Wano as we speak, and they're in pursuit of one person, Nico Robin. And one of the Gorosei members says this: Nico Robin must have been apprehended by now. It's time to act. It wouldn't be out of place for someone to die unexpectedly during a war that involves Kaido and Big Mom. This is our chance to erase that nuisance. Now, in particular, the way this translation is structured, I think the nuisance they're referring to is Nico Robin. So I don't think they want to capture her alive. I think more so they want to capture her dead. But with that being said, if they are talking about somebody else, I do want to kind of see what they're talking about in that sense too. But from this translation, it's seeming like they want to just go ahead and execute Nico Robin. She's too much of a nuisance, and she holds too many valuable assets that could really detriment the world government and the Gorosei, or basically the power structure. So then, right after this conversation, we actually cut to a world government agent, and he's on one of the ships that's headed to Wano. Now, the thing about this that's funny is, he reports to the Gorosei saying that he sees a shadow in the distance. And then we get this very interesting panel of the Gorosei members saying this: "That's impossible. The fruit is nothing but a legend now, even for us. It hasn't awakened for centuries. How else do you explain the world government giving a specific devil fruit a unique name?" And then we end with Zunisha, the big element from Zou, basically behind all of the world government ships. And we state this: "They were hiding the fruit's true name from the annals. They were hiding the fruit's true name from the annals of history." And chapter ends, and we get a break. Goddammit! What? This chapter was beyond hype. I'm so excited to see what Oda has in his bag from here on out. Now, I'm not going to end the video right there. I kind of want to give a little bit of time to kind of talk about certain things that we saw in this chapter. First off, I 100% believe that Luffy is really starting to come to grips with what Haki is and how it's utilized in battle. I love the fact that, me personally, I really like this fact. And I know this has been a common, thing on Twitter. One Piece fights are just one addition to the whole piece of One Piece. No pun intended. I really feel like One Piece has so many elements that are put into it that fights are just a little bit of a fragment of what fans actually get so enthralled in the series, or find it so indulgent to kind of read the series itself. Now, with that being said, do I think this fight is amazing? Hell yeah. I can't wait till we start to see maybe possible transformations. Maybe possible, awakenings, new forms. Tiger Man, he might be coming up. I don't know. We'll see, Oda. But with that being said, this is Kaido and Luffy fight. Fights are really a thing where you see two people's ideas come to grips. Now, moving on to the Zunisha stuff and the Gorosei. Now, this kind of confirms that the Gorosei aren't necessarily immortal. They are old, but they're not necessarily immortal. Now, the thing that makes this very interesting is they do mention a devil fruit. Now, this is where we kind of get into this. Is Zunisha actually a user of a devil fruit? And this was the theory that I saw on Twitter. Was the punishment was that he or she needed to eat this devil fruit and become this huge elephant all the way back from the Void Century. And at any mention of Joy Boy or who knows, maybe Momo, obviously with Momo having some kind of connection with Zoe, and having the voice of all things, as well as Luffy, at Momo's beck and call, Zunisha is supposed to make that trip over to wherever he is in order to protect Momo. Now, this is very, very much kind of crazy because I honestly have no idea. I want to kind of see what you guys' idea is on whether or not, what is Zunisha? What is this unique devil fruit? Are they even talking about Zunisha itself? Are they talking about Luffy? Are they talking about something else? All of these questions, are crazy. And the fact that we get a break kind of sucks. But at the same time, Oda, I just want you to continue to make heat every single week that you can. The One Piece fandom is going crazy right now. I really enjoyed this chapter. 10 out of 10 chapter, 15 out of 10 chapter. I really appreciated it. But with that being said, I want to know what you guys think in the comments down below. Let me know. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Me and my friends Nick and JC make weekly podcast videos. And with that being said, my name is Benji, and I'll see you in the next chapter review, or the next video, or the next podcast episode. It might be coming sooner than you think. I love you guys. Peace.